Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
A huge Roman Reigns betrayal may have already started, and it may not be getting better from here. Things came to light on WWE SmackDown. CM Punk and Paul Heyman appear to be conspiring, which may be leading to Reigns suffering a massive betrayal from the man he has grown to trust the most over the years, his Wiseman. There's a massive possibility that CM Punk and Paul Heyman have already started conspiring against Roman Reigns. While Punk's actions appear to mock Reigns and enrage him further, there seem to be a lot of coincidences as well. The wink from CM Punk to Paul Heyman was a quick one and one that most people would have missed. If he wanted it to be blatant, like everything else, it would have been an exaggerated movement, or at least fans believe so. Given the favor that the straight-edge superstar keeps mentioning, it appears that there may be an actual plan for CM Punk and Paul Heyman. Fans have to wait and see if this is due to Heyman betraying Roman Reigns or not, and if it leads to the heel turn that everyone has been expecting, with Punk turning to the dark side. Roman Reigns has ruled WWE with an iron fist for nearly 4 years. As the undisputed WWE Universal Champion and the leader of the Bloodline, he has cemented himself as one of the most dominant figures in wrestling history. But every dynasty falls, and cracks within the Bloodline have been growing for months. Now, with WrestleMania approaching, there are whispers that the biggest betrayal in WWE history is already in motion. Has Roman's downfall already begun? If so, who is behind it? The answers may shake WWE to its core. A history of blood and betrayal. The Bloodline's power has always relied on one thing: Roman Reigns' ability to manipulate, control, and instill fear in his family. Jey Uso was the first to break away, followed by Jimmy Uso. Even Sami Zayn, who was once an honorary member, turned on the tribal chief. But through it all, Roman had two constants: Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman. Solo has been his enforcer, a silent but destructive force. Heyman has been his advocate, the mastermind who whispers strategies in his ear. But what if those closest to Roman are the ones plotting against him? Solo Sikoa, the silent assassin. Solo Sikoa's loyalty has been unquestioned. He stepped up when the Usos fell, proving himself as the most ruthless member of the Bloodline. But in recent weeks, Solo's demeanor has changed. He no longer looks at Roman with the same deference. At the Royal Rumble, Solo was the one who ensured Roman escaped with his title. But his actions weren't out of loyalty, it was control. Solo has been asserting himself more, even interrupting Roman mid-sentence, something no one else dares to do. Could Solo be the one orchestrating Roman's fall? If so, it would be the ultimate betrayal, a young warrior taking out the king to claim the throne for himself. Paul Heyman, the master manipulator. If anyone knows how to turn on a champion, it's Paul Heyman. He once betrayed Brock Lesnar to align with the tribal chief. Now, there are signs he may be preparing to abandon Roman. On SmackDown, Heyman has been more cautious around Reigns. He flinches at Roman's outbursts and hesitates before answering questions. Even his body language suggests he is no longer comfortable in his role. But here's the real clue: Heyman has been spotted talking privately with Solo Sikoa. Could he be planting the seeds for a new tribal chief? If Heyman and Solo are working together, Roman may already be dethroned, he just doesn't know it yet. The Rock's involvement, a tribal coup? Another major piece in this puzzle is The Rock. Roman's cousin, the legendary Hollywood megastar, has been rumored to return for a WrestleMania match against the tribal chief. But what if The Rock isn't coming back to fight Roman? What if he's coming to dethrone him? Imagine the scenario: The Rock returns, but not as Roman's opponent. Instead, he backs Solo Sikoa as the new leader of the Bloodline. With Heyman pulling the strings, The Rock could play the role of kingmaker, ensuring Solo takes over while Roman is cast out. The Bloodline has always been about family, but if The Rock sees Roman as weak or selfish, he may have no problem helping Solo take his place. The road to WrestleMania, betrayal is coming. With WrestleMania looming, Roman Reigns believes he is untouchable. But history has shown that those who sit at the top rarely see their downfall coming. Solo's growing independence. Heyman's nervous demeanor. The Rock's rumored return. It all points to one thing: Roman is being set up for the ultimate betrayal. Will it happen before WrestleMania? Will Roman survive long enough to defend his championship? Or will he walk into the biggest event of the year alone, realizing too late that his empire has already crumbled? One thing is certain: the Bloodline is about to change forever. And when the dust settles, Roman Reigns may no longer be the tribal chief. Roman Reigns involved in a huge fight after SmackDown went off the air, another WWE star forced to leave with security. Roman Reigns made his return to WWE SmackDown last night, appearing in Bologna, Italy, as the build to WrestleMania 41 officially began for him. It was an eventful outing for the OTC, who got physical as the show was coming to a close. The main event segment of SmackDown saw Reigns revealing why he attacked Seth Rollins and CM Punk on WWE Raw last week. He wanted to screw the Second City Saint and tried to kill the Visionary. Both superstars promptly came out, leading to a brawl between the three of them. SmackDown went off the air with Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins all fighting, with WWE officials and security guards coming between them. The company's official YouTube channel has released unseen footage of what happened after the show. The fight between Reigns, Rollins, and Punk got even more intense. At one point, it seemed like the best in the world was about to leave through the crowd, only for him to return to ringside and continue brawling with the Architect. Seth Rollins was eventually made to leave up the ramp, flanked by security. This was among the most chaotic scenes in WWE all year. A triple threat match has officially been announced for WrestleMania 41. Roman Reigns will take on CM Punk and Seth Rollins in Las Vegas. WWE SmackDown had already delivered a night full of shocking twists, but the real fireworks ignited after the cameras stopped rolling. In an explosive post-show brawl, Roman Reigns found himself in a massive fight backstage, while another top WWE star had to be forcibly removed from the arena by security. The unexpected altercation left fans in shock, and many are now speculating what this means for the future of SmackDown and the Bloodline. SmackDown's main event ends in controversy. The main event of the night had already set the stage for chaos. Roman Reigns, still trying to reclaim his dominance after his lengthy title reign ended at WrestleMania, was set to face AJ Styles in a high-stakes match. The two veterans put on a clinic, but the bout ended in controversy when Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso stormed the ring, attacking Styles and causing a disqualification. With SmackDown going off the air, the crowd witnessed a beatdown reminiscent of the Bloodline's past dominance. However, what happened next took everyone by surprise. Tensions boil over backstage. As the WWE production team started packing up, an argument erupted behind the curtain. Reports suggest that AJ Styles, furious over the interference, confronted Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso backstage. Roman Reigns, already agitated, stepped in and things quickly escalated. Witnesses say Reigns and Styles exchanged heated words before pushing and shoving ensued. The real chaos began when another WWE star unexpectedly jumped into the fray, LA Knight. LA Knight gets involved. LA Knight had been in a rivalry with the Bloodline for months, and his disdain for their interference was no secret. Seeing Styles outnumbered, Knight allegedly stormed into the scene, shoving Jimmy Uso and getting into a face-off with Reigns. That's when things took a violent turn. Reigns, still the locker room leader despite his recent setbacks, didn't take kindly to Knight's interference. The two exchanged wild punches, turning the argument into a full-fledged fight. Security and other WWE personnel rushed in to separate them, but the damage had already been done. Tables were flipped, chairs were thrown, and a monitor was reportedly shattered during the scuffle. SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis was seen trying to defuse the situation, but things were already out of control. A WWE star forced to leave with security. As the dust settled, WWE officials made a drastic call. One of the involved stars had to be escorted out of the arena. Surprisingly, it wasn't Roman Reigns or even LA Knight, it was Solo Sikoa. Why Solo? Witnesses claim that Solo took things too far in the fight. While Reigns and Knight exchanged punches, Solo reportedly blindsided Knight with a steel chair shot, worsening the already chaotic situation. Officials immediately deemed Solo's actions excessive and forced security to remove him from the building. As security dragged Solo away, Roman Reigns looked furious. Some speculate that he wasn't happy with Solo acting on his own, which could spell trouble for the Bloodline's hierarchy. What's next for Roman Reigns and the Bloodline? The shocking incident raises several questions. Is Roman Reigns losing control of the Bloodline? Was Solo Sikoa's attack a sign of rebellion? Will LA Knight and AJ Styles seek revenge next week on SmackDown? WWE is yet to release an official statement, but the fallout from this brawl will undoubtedly have major consequences. With SmackDown already in turmoil, Roman Reigns' return to dominance is turning into a battlefield, and it's clear that the Bloodline's grip on WWE isn't as tight as it used to be. Stay tuned for next week's SmackDown, where the fallout from this fight could lead to even more shocking developments.